Late, Paul and Cole, how important was it to add those guys that late in the game to this roster?
Well, I think our team was incomplete. I liked our team going into it, but we need a big, obviously for size, but also for depth, and allow us to play two bigs together some. And then of course we need shooting. So I think that we were able to probably do about as well as you can do late in the game with those two. So really happy about them. They've both been good so far.
With Cole, was it always clear he was going to reclassify, and what was that recruitment like overall?
Well, it's totally different now with recruitment because I saw Cole play for the first time in the spring period in Memphis EYBL, and there were rumors at that time that it was possible that he could reclass. We actually checked into it immediately, and were told that it wasn't going to happen. And then a week later, it was told to us that it could happen, and so we dove in head first. But you know, you talk about recruiting. We recruited Cole probably as long as the recruitment period can possibly go in the summer, and it consisted of 1 month. You know, it's not like it has been in years past. So when we found out, I don't know, mid-April, you know, he was probably committed by 1st of June, something like that. So we recruited him for about a month was all.
And then are you still looking to add it, and if so, what might you want to add?
I would actually be open to adding another, and we're in the process of definitely looking into another. In my opinion, needs to be a guy that can at least run a team, play a point, maybe have some experience, shoot the ball. But you know, if something were to happen and somebody were to go down, just you know, as an insurance policy as well. So we're looking, hopefully, get something done with that.
Hey, Bill. Some of us hadn't seen you since the end of the season. I wonder if you might be able to describe sort of what gears you engaged that were new or different, and how you looked at putting your team together or recruiting after last season. I don't know if it was a big shift or if it was just something more subtle.
I don't know if it was if there was a big shift at all. It seemed like to me that this year was we emphasized more on not what other people thought of rankings and stuff like that. Not that that's our emphasis before, but the appearance is, well, you go out and get the guys that are the highest rated guys that are in the portal, which is good. You get Hunter, that's a great get, you know, or whatnot. But I think the emphasis was more on what we needed to do to allow us to play as athletic and to play the style that best suits us and best fits me for winning. And I think we were actually able to do that. Is it a perfect roster? No, but I don't know if we've ever had a perfect roster. But I think we've got size, we've got depth now, we've got more shooting, even though I don't know that you could ever have enough, and we certainly have more athleticism. So, and we're big. I don't know if you guys have really studied our roster. We're big. We did some testing the other day, and I think Peterson with 6'8" or 6'9" wingspan is one of the small, the shortest we have. So we're going to be big on the perimeter, which I think allows us to do more things inside and switch more and guard ball screens differently and things like that. So we looked at what we were deficient at in the past and how do we correct that. And I think that we have corrected what we were deficient at in the past, ball screen defense and that stuff.
Just one other related thing too. Obviously, you're always looking to make the parts work together and fit, but have the last couple of years sort of reiterated the urgency of that and how it fits for you and how it all fits together?
Vahe, it does. Until McCullough got hurt 2 years ago, we were gonna be a 2 seed in the tournament probably. I mean, we showed that we could play with anybody. Last year, when we were at our very best, we showed that we could play with anybody. But the problem is we had to be at our very best to do that. There was no margin for error. I think we did learn some lessons from the last 2 years. But philosophically and everything, I don't know if a lot's different. Hopefully I'll tell you this, teams that win now, I guarantee it, they're gonna have somebody on their roster that did something that they didn't expect to do. You look at Connecticut last year. I mean, we were fighting with Nick Timberlake with Connecticut, and we get him, and they take a guy named Cam Spencer. It's I mean, things like that happen all the time in our business, and a lot of it's good fortune, or misfortune. So I don't know that we changed a lot. I just hope we get a little luckier.
Summer school is a long time, 2 months full of practice. What have you learned about your team in practice?
Well, I think that we're more competitive. I think guys like to play. I think they like each other, and we're certainly more athletic. I mean, it's a definite, visible difference athletically.
What about 3-pointers? Who is looking like they could be relied upon?
Well, I think, you look at it, and the first 3 that come to mind would be Darren and Cole and Jaden, and that's what they were all recruited to do. So I think that they're pretty good from beyond the arc, but you can never have enough good shooters. Marco, Melvin, Jamari, those guys can all make shots, but I would certainly hope they can. And Trey's a much better shooter. Sami's much better shooters than what we anticipated. But still yet, I don't know that they're pure by any stretch. So, we can always get better.
And what has Darren showed you in 2 months?
Well, he's ultra talented. The thing about Darren is we got to have a team, and we haven't worked on anything yet, but we got to have a team that understands where the talent is, and we can play to his talent. And he's also got to learn how to raise the level of other people's talent around him. But he's gifted. I mean, there's no denying that he's gifted with the ball in his hands.
You guys recruited Trey coming out of high school. What was that experience like, reconnecting with him in the portal?
He committed in 9th grade. So we recruited him. I never seen him play. He commits and then decommits 2 months later. So that's a little bit of an exaggeration. And we couldn't even call back then. It was illegal to call, so we had no relationship. But it was nice to see it kind of come full circle. People can talk about, and I actually agree with, well, they've been at so many different schools, this and that. Well, the positive at that, he's been coached in 3 different systems by 3 different guys that has added to his IQ. And he's a ridiculously bright player. He's a good basketball player. He's been a very pleasant addition and a surprise.
Well, Marco obviously had the big injury 13 months ago. What have you seen from him this summer, practice-wise?
Athletically, he's where he was before he got hurt. Timing-wise, he's still a ways away. If you can imagine, not doing something for a year and going out and then trying to, it's like there's a checklist in his mind right now. Well, if I come off this way, these are my reads and check, and so it's too slow. But when he's able to play instead of think, yeah, you'll see him being as explosive as he was when he first got here.
And then earlier this summer, we talked to Bryson for a little bit. He said July was when he was targeted to get back. Just how has he looked to you since?
He's done great. He's done great. His timing's off. He went a year without playing too. Athletically, he will get better as he gets his legs underneath him. But he is a skilled guy. He's a good player.
Bill, from the outside looking in, it seems like roster building is pretty chaotic. Does it feel that way from the inside? And in what way do you handle and embrace? Like, how do you just go about that?
I think it is chaotic. I think it does feel that way. I think, you look at the NBA. I mean, they're roster building too, but they know what contracts are up. They know a lot of different things on interest from other teams on this guy. They actually play guys late in the season to show what they can do, so they become trade bait, so to speak. I mean, there's a lot of things about, we don't have that option. So it's more of everything's thrown at you all at once. But, you know, to me, it's probably been as a stressful off-season putting the team together that Kansas deserves. But it's also been kind of rejuvenating and fun in its own way, because usually people that work in a pressure profession actually enjoy the pressure a little bit. And so I think it's actually been, I don't want to say, it's like when you go through problems, you never like it when you're going through it, but there's nothing better than getting through it when you get to the other side. And that's kind of what I thought the roster management was like with us. A little, one thing that we've always done here, and a lot of it's good fortune or luck, is we've been pretty good in the spring. I mean, you go back historically, we've been pretty good in the spring. We were really good in the spring this time, but it took longer than it normally takes to be really good in the spring. And I think with that causes angst and nervousness and all that stuff. But we end up getting exactly what we set out to do.
You've mentioned a few times just being more athletic. I imagine going into this roster building exercise, was that kind of top of the list priority?
Definitely top of the list priority. It's how do you get guys that can get their shoulders past people? How do you get guys that can make plays you can't coach? I think the last year we probably had to, this isn't a knock to our players were good players, but we probably had to manufacture plays and points as opposed to just, you know, there's a loose ball, we jump a little bit higher to get it, which creates a deflection to an uncontested three. We didn't get near as much stuff like that last year is what I hope we can get.
Bill, I know you mentioned that Trey is a better shooter than kind of what you were expecting.
Yeah.
Are there any other surprises from the guys you brought in who they've been able to do something that maybe you didn't expect when you were recruiting them?
Samis is a better shooter too. Now granted, we've been going for 6 weeks now, 4 hours a week, so you know we've got 25 hours under our belts right now. We'll get that in the first 8 days, once practice starts. So it's hard to tell, but I do like the athleticism. Now, are we sound? No. Do we turn it over all the time? Can we guard our man? No. But as far as just natural ability, I think that I'm pretty pleased with that.
On the shooting thing, is Cole a shooter? I mean, is that what he's known as? And could you compare him to someone you've had?
Cole is a CB that shoots it better, but he's not as big and not as powerful yet. Cole is an athlete. I mean, he's got, he's a real athlete. He's an unbelievable offensive rebounder. He tries really hard. He's active. He'll steal you possessions, and he's a really good shooter. But when I think of great shooters, I think of speed. I think of Connor Frankamp. I think of guys that we've had here that are Brandon Green. Those are probably as good as shooters as we've had since I've been here. I don't even think of Devontae. I don't think of Frank. Those are manufactured guys that came in as pretty good shooters and left out of here real good shooters. Those other guys were pure. Is he there yet? Probably not, but he's in that next camp of being a guy that can line it up and, you think he can make 2 out of 5 if guarded and 3 out of 5 if he's not. So that's what I see.
And then just big picture, I know you've only been with them a limited time and they've only been together a limited time, but how do you feel like they are fitting together?
I think they like each other.
Yeah.
Of course, when have I ever said that they don't like each other? Especially in the summertime. What is there not to like?
Sure.
But I think they really like each other, and they pull for each other. You can certainly see that. Last year we had great seniors in KJ and Juan and Hunt, but the negative is with that, it wasn't fresh and new and exciting to them. They'd either been here a period of time or they were ridiculously old. You know, my voice was stale in some ways, and you can't blame them for that. But this group, even our oldest guys, it's all new. And our young guys, I mean, I'm watching today, you know, you watch El Marco and Flory and Mari, you know, they're the vets and they're sophomores. So that's the thing that, you know, I still think it's a little fresh and new right now, which is always good.
I know you guys recruited Paul the first time and he committed to NC State, then became available. The second time, did you tell yourself this is the guy you had to get? I mean, in your mind, did you?
You know, that's the thing about it is with recruiting, what we do, make a call, talk to an agent. We didn't, in my opinion, we didn't start recruiting Paul until after the decommit from NC State. But did we check into it? Yeah, probably. But there was, you know, I didn't talk to Paul until well after he decommitted from NC State. So, you know, I'm really glad that we didn't pull the trigger before then and waited for him to become available. Guys, his wingspan's 7'7". You know, his standing reach is 9'6.5". I mean, that's a big dude. Now, granted, can he play athletically over here in this game and all that stuff? But we've been really pleased and impressed with him so far.
How's the health of the team this summer?
It's fine, Gary. I mean, Marco and Bryson are back and they're 100% right now. So, you know, as of right now, we're fine.
All right, everyone good? Thanks, Coach.
Thanks, Coach.
Can I sit here just a little bit longer?